What's up everyone, it's Q from Retro Q Gaming. We're back with another impromptu unboxing video. This one provided by my lack of self-control and my sheer amount of impulse buying. So, we're going to unbox the Halo 5 limited edition Xbox One controllers. Both of them, both the Spartan Locke design and the Master Chief design. Because if I'm going to do something stupid, I'm going to do something stupid big, and I'm getting both of them. So before we get into all of that, I want to provide a little bit of a frame of reference and what I'm expecting from these controllers. So, my reference model is my Xbox One controller. Now, there's not much of a difference. The only difference is, let's focus for a second. Come on, camera. Come on, there we go. So this is a Day 1 edition controller. It says Day 1 2013. Not much of a difference other than that. But the big thing is this is a first generation controller. So if you have any of the controllers that don't have the 3.5mm headphone jack port, you have a first generation controller. Bang that down a little bit. And with the first generation controllers, there's a couple of issues. The D-pad is decent. It's better than most other consoles and other generations and controllers that I have out there, but there's still room for improvement. The bumpers are pretty much a mess. I mean, they're serviceable once you've had extended periods of time with them, but coming from the 360, they're a noticeable downgrade. And the biggest issue of them all, the ones that literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people report all around the internet, all around comment sections, forums, all around magazines, everything. The build quality. Build quality on the first generation controllers is absolute shite. Now the main reason for that is I can attest to this with, let's see, I don't know if you can hear this, but so, I don't know if you can hear that, but the panels are all creaky as shit. So it's very disheartening because you can be playing and when your hand and the muscles in your hand move slightly when you go to say move or you move to D-pad or whatever, you can feel the creak, and it's really horrible because you'd expect better. And it's been like that since day one, and every first generation controller. My Day 1 edition has it. I noticed it when we first set it up on the day I got it as well. I took it out of the box, had a mess around with it. I was like, this feels like crap. Handed it to my friend who was here with me watching at the time, and he had the same issue. He's like, the panels on this are horrible. So it was straight up Day 1 problem. It's kind of like a fundamental design problem, or just cheap manufacturing problem. Same thing. But my friend's brother, who bought an Xbox One like a couple of weeks later, he didn't get a Day 1 model, but he obviously had a first generation controller. He has the same issue. A different friend who got the Titanfall controller, like God knows what, like 6 months later, the limited edition Titanfall one, same problem. So it's a big issue with all that. Now, having said that, I'm not even, first off, I don't even know if that's been fixed in the second generation controllers. That's one of the things I'm curious about. The other thing I'm curious is that I don't even know if these limited edition Halo 5 controllers are even second generation controllers. I would imagine they are, but I'm not 100% sure and I just don't know. So, 4 minutes in and I've said practically nothing. Let's just get straight on into the rest. So let's get straight in and open with the main reason why we're here. The Master Chief designed limited edition controller. So, I don't know if I mentioned it already, but a standard Xbox One controller will set you back €60. Because this is a limited edition, special edition, blah blah blah, with a finite amount, it's a bit more expensive and it's €80 instead of just 60. It's a little bit excessive, but it's the price we pay. So, there is a picture of the front at least. You can see it comes with the the Master Chief themed color scheme controller. Let's see what else we have. It comes with a requisition pack. Now, the requisition packs are the microtransaction DLC, but if you're spending an extra €20 on a controller, Might as well come with at least one of them. Not going to talk about that. I'll be ranting about microtransactions for ages. Halo 5 Guardians, Master Chief artwork. Contents of the box. Controller, batteries. Fair enough. So let's open this up. This did have a little sticky tab, which I cut open before the video started. Did not open the box because I wanted to leave that for here. So here we have a moment of truth. Definitely looks like a nice controller. So that's not actually just a decal. It's an actual panel. Same on this side. Buttons are not colored like these, but they do have the icons, the arrows to indicate which is which if you have color sight issues. Color blindness issues, I should say. So, UNSC logo, buttons, blah blah. So let's get on to some of the more important stuff. Let's take this bad boy out. Okay, it feels lighter, naturally. I'd expect as much because this one has a battery pack in it, this one doesn't. Is it enough difference between them that it's just a battery pack? Or is it actual improvements? I don't know. Let's see, it's a guess. I'd say they'd probably be about the same weight with the battery pack. So, let's see, what do we start with first? The sticks feel about the same. Buttons the same. Oh. Okay, the bumpers are a noticeable improvement straight away. Much more responsive. I definitely like that. Triggers, gold triggers, orange triggers, whatever way you want to look at them. Feel the same. It's pretty important that they do feel the same, considering that they're so heavily used and can be used in such pressure levels of gauging for different zooms and whatnot. Oh, the D-pad definitely feels better. Yeah, the D-pad definitely feels better. I don't feel like my old D-pad got loose or crappy or worn out over time because I don't use it as much. The D-pad, that is, I don't use the D-pad as much. So this one definitely does feel better. So it is a second generation Xbox One controller. It has a 3.5mm jack for headphones, so it definitely is the second generation. So we're going to look now the big important part, the build quality. Okay, we definitely are onto something nice at this point. No creaky panels, no squeaky, loose anything. Definitely felt good. My neck feels like it's gonna break at this point, staring down the whole time. But it's worth it. It's worth it. So I'm fairly happy with this controller. It looked nicer on the front. It did look nicer on there. It does look nice, but it did look nicer on there. So let's see what's under here. It's probably just paperwork, but yeah, paperwork. Warranties in different languages and crap. Yeah, it's all the usual stuff. Yeah. Oh, and that must be the requisition bundle. Okay, so that's all pointless crap. So that's this one done. We're gonna move on to the Spartan Locke limited edition Xbox One controller. So next up we have the Spartan Locke controller. We have our Master Chief design controller, and next up we have Spartan Locke. So Spartan Locke, for an unconfirmed reason, is using his group to hunt down Master Chief. We'll find out the big deal with it in Halo 5 Guardians, but until then, we don't have that much to go off. So, Spartan Locke's one has a different colour scheme based on Spartan Locke, mostly silver as his primary colour, and his visor and things like that are blue, as we have here. So same price, requisition pack as usual. Better artwork between the two of them. As you can see, Master Chief, he's green with the orange visor, and Spartan Locke is kind of like silver with the blue visor. Yeah, okay, so that's all the same. we'll move straight into it. I've already cut the tab on this one at the start as well, but I still haven't opened this one. Okay, this one, in my opinion, looks a lot nicer. That's just me, but I think this one looks nicer. This one also matches the Halo 5 1TB Xbox bundle. So if you buy that, it comes with one of these controllers, not the Master Chief one, it comes with one of the Spartan Locke controllers, as well as a Spartan Locke themed Xbox One, which looks fucking savage. But that's just that's my opinion, but I think you're mad if you don't think it looks absolutely savage. So this is going to be exactly the same. That sound was just my fingers slightly moving. Still has the panels, improved D-pad, 3.5mm headphone jack, improved bumpers. Oh, the triggers are silver. I was expecting the triggers to be blue, to be honest. Like we have here. Because I mean, when you look at this one, it had a gold D-pad, or an orange D-pad, and it had orange triggers. I expected the same on here. One thing I noticed about this during some of the promotional artwork is it actually has some of the Spartan numbers. So I'm not familiar with any of those except for the obvious one, which is Master Chief, John 117. So other than that, I'm not familiar with the others. Point them out in the comment section below if you are familiar with them. Don't Google it and then comment trying to sound smart. Just if you actually genuinely know them, put them down there. If you don't, fair enough. So, what do we have here? Oh, it's all the icons and logos that we're familiar with, as well as what is a serial number of some sort. So I noticed as well that the UNSC logo is on the left, just to the top right of the left thumbstick, whereas in this one it's in the center. There's probably some sort of hidden relevance or hidden secret meaning in there, you know how these kind of things are, but I don't know. Also, it has a nice blue trim following it along. So I'm not going to bother looking at what's in here because it's just going to be the same as there. It's going to be all the paperwork and all in the requisition bundle. So let's take a quick little look of the two of them together. I am personally more partial to the Spartan Locke one. As much as I love Master Chief, and I still think it is a nice looking controller, I am just slightly more partial to the Spartan Locke one. Having watched Halo Nightfall and everything I know about Spartan Locke so far, and the fact that he's hunting Master Chief in Halo 5 Guardians, I do want to say he's a big bald bollocks. I used to shave my head too, so, you know, I can say that. But simply because, you know, no one fucks with Master Chief. Master Chief's my boy. But so far, from everything we know about him, which could change, Spartan Locke, down fire. But we'll see. I'll hold my judgment until after Halo 5 Guardians. And just as a quick reference, the standard Xbox One style controller. Second generation, first generation. Okay D-pad, much better D-pad. Crap trigger or crap bumpers, significantly improved bumpers. 3.5mm headphone jacks, no 3.5mm headphone jacks. So if you want to use an old headset with one of these, you have to buy the adapter separately. Shitty build quality, not shitty build quality. Are they worth the €80 each? Depends on your level of fanaticism. I'm a pretty big Halo guy and a pretty big collector and an impulsive buyer. I'm gonna go yeah, in my opinion, personally, for me at least, it was anyway. So there we have it. Both Xbox One, Halo 5 Guardians, limited edition controllers, Master Chief design, Spartan Locke design, crappy standard black, all together. So let me know in the comment section which one you liked better. Do you like Master Chief design better? Do you like Spartan Locke design better? As well as, do you prefer Master Chief himself or Spartan Locke if you've watched Halo Nightfall and maybe you're curious about all of that. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about either. If you know what any of the Spartan registration numbers were, except for obviously John 117, without Googling them, again, please, anyone could Google. I could Google myself if that was the case, but I won't. If you actually know them, just let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter, details in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the rest of the videos in my channel. While I wait a couple more weeks for Halo 5 Guardians, I personally can't wait. As long as 343 Industries don't mess it up.